Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to go over some technical analysis expectations for the coming week. Last Sunday when we spoke, we were at the very bottom of this demand zone, and I told you that I was hoping and expecting that we would get support and bounce up out of that zone, and we did. We have earnings for AMC coming up in about 2 weeks. Let's get into some discussion at the technical analysis, the chart, and what might happen over the next couple weeks. Just so we're all on the same page, I've said this many times, AMC is a speculative trade. Don't follow my trades. My risk profile might not be appropriate for you. Put your big boy pants on, do your own DD, read the financial statements, and then make up your own mind. Don't ever trade a stock because of somebody on social media. My current thesis is that the experts, the market analysts out there, are underestimating AMC's earnings for the upcoming quarter, and I am hopeful that there is some price momentum up into earnings here in early November. I'm only looking for a swing trade on this stock. You might have a different trading plan, and that is fine. I'm not going to pocket watch your trades. Please don't pocket watch mine. We have seen the short interest increasing on AMC over the past several weeks, and my belief is that the analysts are being overly pessimistic. We're not seeing a ton of institutional buying coming in and trying to stop those shorts, but I am relying on the demand zone support here, and so far over the past week, that has played out. We will have to see together if my thesis is correct or not. I don't know. We'll all find out together in the coming weeks. The risk that I have in this play is obviously if the company announces more dilution, something that I don't know about. But I'm not overly concerned about that right now. If my belief is correct, that the earnings are going to be a beat for Q3 and Q4 is going to be good as well, then there should not be a reason for an ATM for a cash raise. There still could be and probably will be some debt for equity swaps in the future, maybe even in the near future, because the company has told us that they plan to continue working on fixing the balance sheet. So that is our downside risk. Fixing the balance sheet, doing dilution, all of that's been disclosed by management since 2020, long before probably any of you got in this play. I urge you to always read the financial statements and the risk factors in the 10Qs to make sure that you're not over leveraging your account into one speculative play. This is not my only play. It's a small percentage of my overall portfolio. I love movies. You guys know I go to see a lot of movies at AMC. I'm an A-list member, and I also love trading the movie stocks because what other industry can you get daily updates on revenue expectations? With the box office numbers being reported on a daily basis, if you understand the fundamentals of the different companies in the industry and their profit and loss statements, you can make very accurate predictions about which companies are going to do well. AMC is not my only trade in the movie industry stocks. I own positions on both IMAX and Marcus Corp in addition to AMC. I am up 37% on IMAX and about 43% on Marcus. I have much larger positions on those two companies than I do on AMC. So don't worry about my speculative bets on AMC. Whatever happens, I'm going to be just fine. AMC right now is still a speculative bet on future box office, whether that's 2025 box office or 2026. We will have to wait and see. In the meantime, my strategy will remain to be flexible, to be nimble, and to, if necessary, trade in or out of the stock, depending on what I'm thinking about the potential risk of dilution. It's all going to come down to timing, and some of that is going to be luck in a speculative play. You must understand the financials. You must pay attention to the cash position of the company, the balance sheet, and keep in the back of your mind that risk of debt for equity swaps. How are they going to continue to clean up the balance sheet as we move forward? Is it going to be from additional offerings, or are they going to be able to knock it out piece by piece with cash if there are positive earnings? That would be the best case scenario for shareholders. We're going to all find out together in the coming quarters. I get a lot of questions from you guys. Why isn't the price moving? Because Wall Street is considering all of these same things. The potential of future earnings versus the risk of dilution. And you should learn to think like Wall Street if you want to have proper expectations on this play. I know everybody is very excited about the future. I am too, but we still have to get through the present to get to the future. I am probably preaching to the choir here. You guys have been reading those 10 Qs. You've listened to management tell you that they want to clean up the balance sheet. Unless you're one of those popcorn project people who skipped class and don't read the financial statements, you know exactly what management is trying to do and why they're doing it. Got to fix that balance sheet. Got to have positive working capital. And the box office growing right now is going to help AMC get there. So go see some damn movies and buy some concessions while you're there. With that little talk out of the way, let's look at the chart here and talk about what might happen this week into the next coming weeks. Cinemark and IMAX have already announced their earnings dates for the end of this month. I have live streams scheduled if you want to listen in and see what management has to say. Are they bullish about Q4? Are they bullish about 2025? What numbers can they share with us? We don't have a date yet for AMC, but I'm expecting them to announce it soon, and it should be probably the first week or so of November. On the daily chart here, AMC is trading below the 50 EMA and well below the 200 EMA. It has been bouncing back and forth between the demand and supply zones. We respected it very well, getting a bounce out of that demand zone last week. This week, the 50 EMA, that bold yellow line there at around $4.57, is likely to act as some resistance. The max pain for AMC this coming Friday is also at $4.50. So to me, the most likely thing to happen this week is to try and push up to 450 and maybe get stuck there. What would be super bullish is to push above 450 any day this week and stay above there. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. If the worst were to happen this week and the shorts come in heavy and try and push the price down back into that green demand zone, that's where still for me, I'm going to be a buyer. Unless, of course, there is some company specific news that causes me not to be a buyer. Based on what I know right now, based on my expectations for a beat on Q3 earnings, I'm still a buyer in this low $4 range, $4, $4.08, $4.09, $4.19. I still like it in that price range based on what we know right now. The other most common question I get is how high could AMC go if there is a beat on earnings? I don't give price targets, guys. I have my own sell price target in my brain. You can probably see a box drawn in red on the chart. I'm going to stay emotion free, watch the chart, watch the momentum, and more importantly, watch the volume, and then just play it by ear if we get some bullish momentum. I'm still waiting on 2 analysts to issue some upgrades expectations on AMC's earnings. Boy, these analysts are being lazy, or they're just running for cover. Who's going to be right here? Are the analysts with their negative earnings for AMC for Q3 going to be correct, or is my spreadsheet going to be correct again? We will find out in about 2 weeks. In the meantime, make sure you do your own DD. This is just my DD to let you know how I'm trading it. In no way should what I'm doing be considered advice for you. You know your own risk tolerance. You make your own decisions. I'm going to be crossing my fingers that we get that bullish momentum to push us up to $4.50 this week. Let me know down in the comments what you think is going to happen. There's no wrong answers here. Thank you for watching all the way through. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.